Hey guys, Ramen or Wee's back again. He's cranking out new dumb shit videos. And by new, I mean the same old stupid stuff that he always says. He's got about 3 or 4 topics that he just mindlessly rambles on about. Maybe a better analogy would be he's got 3 or 4 brain cells bouncing around his tiny little cranium. And one of them is vacuums suck. They don't, but he keeps talking about it. And it doesn't matter. He doesn't get it. But let's go ahead and hear a little bit of this. It's going to be
I
the same old shit.
I have produced a lot of haters and
Yeah.
malefactors against me
Yeah.
because I reveal
A lot of haters. He's talking about maybe 3 or 4 people that have absolutely destroyed his dumb ass in his comment section, and he just blocks them like the coward, liar, moron, jerk off that he is. But go ahead, Ramen. What else?
the truth,
Yeah,
suction, the production to produce.
yeah. And this is what he does. He goes to Google and he looks up the definition of a word and he tries to use it to fit his silly little religion. But you're never gonna. Why doesn't he Google what is the shape of the Earth? Yeah, he's never gonna do that. So
A vacuum by the removal of air. To
yeah,
what? Force fluid into a vacant space. The vacant space is the vacuum.
yeah,
Or to procure adhesion, like with
yeah.
a suction cup. It is not outside pressure pushing the suction cup against the surface
It is.
it
It
procures
absolutely
adhesion to,
is.
but it is the production of a vacuum by the removal of air. When you push the suction cup down, you disperse the air out of it. To force fluid or matter
Yep.
into a vacant space,
And this is what he does. He repeats this nonsense. This is a 15-minute video. He's gonna repeat the definition probably 15 times, and then he's gonna hit the little pronunciation button and go suction. We all say suction, but it's really not suction. He doesn't know how a straw works, and we're going to explain that a little later, but let's
or
go.
procure adhesion, like with a suction cup.
Nah,
You stay down,
this
but no,
is this
gin
is
and
the
so
bullshit. Let's get
same.
forward.
We're on
Nah.
removal of gallstones are met,
Okay,
like with a
my
production
gallstones. I
of a
had my
vacuum.
gallstones
You produce
removed.
fluid or it's sucked up
Let's get
because
over
they're
this
gas
bullshit. He's just
of
so
lightning
dumb.
suction vacuum. It's what an aquatic species, an underwater plant.
Oh, this
Now
is the
here
best
they're
part.
talking about an aquatic species, an underwater plant that uses suction, a vacuum, to suck in its prey.
Yep.
This is a negative pressure differential, which is
A negative pressure differential. Nah. Yeah, that sounds like really sciency for a moron who's never stepped in a physics class one day in his life. It just means that the pressure inside there is lower than the pressure outside. And when you open that up, the higher pressure rushes in. Vacuums don't suck, you dickhead. And by the way, he's talking about the bladder wart. It's one word. It's not 2 words, and it's not wart, WART. It's WORT. A wart is a growth on the skin that I'm sure Ramen has plenty on his nose and his throat and his lungs. Wart, WORT, that's kind of used in the name of plants, which is what he's trying to talk about. He's so fucking stupid. What else, Ramen?
the definition of a vacuum. Now
Nah.
take a listen, use logic, and realize the truth.
Found all over the world, the bladderwort is officially known as
Bladderwort.
jugularia, or little bag in Latin. And the name makes a lot of sense. On the branches of this aquatic plant are tiny bladder-like bags that double as prey traps. When not in use, these bladders are empty, and a negative pressure differential exists within the space. Tiny hairs line the entrance to the trap door, and when tiny swimming insects like fleas or water lice get too close, the trap door swings open, sucking water into the bladder at 4 meters per second.
So again, they use the word suction. We all use the word suction. It reminds me of a joke where some guy was with a girl and she went to give him a blowjob and she actually blew on his cock. Yeah. You don't take these things that literally. Suction. It's not suction. And I gotta, let's see, I don't know what else. Maybe a few more minutes of
When not
this.
in use, these bladders are empty, and a negative pressure differential exists within the.
If I took a glass, actually I got a better idea. Ramen. I've challenged you to debate me on entropy, and you're a coward and you'll never do it. But I got a simpler, is that a word? A more simple challenge for you. Take a glass, fill it with water, put a straw down inside of it, and then put your thumb or a finger over the top of the straw. Now pick up the straw out of the water. Notice how the water doesn't fall out. Where's your vacuum in this demonstration? There is no vacuum. The air pressure is trapped inside the straw. There's equal pressure pushing down. There's equal pressure pushing up, so it doesn't fall out. The water doesn't fall out. You remove your finger from the top of the straw, and now you've got pressure pushing down, more pressure pushing down, and the water falls out. This is 6th grade science, you moron. You're so stupid. Anything else to say? I cannot.
Now, that negative pressure differential that exists within the space is the vacuum, a mini vacuum.
Yeah.
And that vacuum produces suction.
No, it doesn't. Well, it does, I
It
guess.
is. It cannot be any clearer than that. They inadvertently admit the truth. Why is that so hard to understand?
Because you've never been in a science class past 10th grade. That's why it's so hard for you to understand it. Moron.
Because it debunks your model. It
No, it
debunks
doesn't.
outer space. If outer space were an infinite and expanding.
See, he thinks that the universe is so big that the suction would be greater. So again, another question for Ramen would be, show me the formula that shows how big of a vacuum makes the suction cup stick, or the force of suction. We've got a nice little formula that we could know. When I grew up in Chicago, there was this guy, crazy guy. We called him, I think, Spider-Man Dan. He climbed up the outside of Sears Tower, which back then was, I think, the biggest building ever. And we all thought he was crazy, and he was. But he knew those suction cups he worked would hold his weight because of science and math. Now show me how much weight can a suction cup hold with Zero pressure, you dumbass. There's another challenge that you could not possibly answer. One more. Any more?
Negative pressure differential,
Yeah.
billions of light years across, it
Ah.
would produce massive suction that would relieve the Earth
Yeah. Massive suction. Doesn't have a fucking clue what he's talking about. He's such a moron, but hey, Ramen, this channel's for you. Keep cranking out this stupid so we can all laugh at you. You fucking retard.
of all its gas and oxygen.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't. Gravity's real. Stupid ass. Good night now.